Hi, I'm Ric Drasin from Ric's Corner, speaking for IronMag Labs. I want to talk about something that's really never been discussed in this world. It's always been kind of like a hidden secret, or somebody really doesn't know, or they think they know, but they're not quite sure. And it's about steroids in the 70s, the golden era at Gold's Gym back from 1969 through all the 70s, and what everybody took. Now, I was there at that time, so I know exactly what everybody took. Without using names of people, because I don't want to implicate anybody, but starting with the top bodybuilders, and some of them that you know, it wasn't that much use of steroids the way we think of today. Basically, it was Dbol, Primobolan, Testosterone, Deca, Winstrol, and Anavar. Those were the main ones. There wasn't anything outside of that. Growth hormone wasn't really known about then, so nobody really used it. I mean, maybe it was in some circles, but we sure didn't hear about it. Mostly tablets. The injectables were the ones I mentioned. The Winstrol, the Dbol, and the Anavar were strictly tablets. There was no injectable at all of that sort. Dbol was made by Ciba, C-I-B-A. It was a little blue pill. It came $100 a bottle. And if you bought it at the pharmacy with a prescription, it was $8 a bottle. Deca was $1.50 a vial. That's it. Testosterone, let's say 10 cc's of enanthate, was $10. Anavar, around the same price, and down the line nothing was really expensive. Now you have to realize back in '69 and the 70s, steroids were not illegal. They were never looked upon as being illegal. There was a doctor's prescription. You could get it pretty easily if you needed it, and then you had it. There were those doctors that were affiliated with Gold's Gym back in those days that would just hand it to you. One was a pediatrician who was well known. The other one was a medical doctor who was well known. And if you needed something, you got it. Now, from the top of the line bodybuilders, the ones that were really competing in the Olympia back then, from Gold's, their main routine was taking Primobolan, Winstrol, and Deca. I forgot to mention Deca. And not in any great usage. It was like a cc of each, maybe once to twice a week. That was it. People seem to think that some of these guys were taking like 10 cc's a day every day. I never saw it happen. No way in hell did that ever happen. Dbol, no more than 3 to 4 pills a day, at most. Anavar was weak, so it's 6 to 8 pills a day. And Winstrol was 4 pills a day. Now, I started on Dbol back in the maybe late 60s. I had heard about Bill Pearl taking it. I got it from a pharmacy, Ciba, and I started doing 2 pills a day. By 10 days in, I had grown so much it was ridiculous. This is when everything was real. I really grew from that Dbol, and they quit making it way back in maybe the mid-80s. Ciba just went out of business, and that was it. It became illegal. They said on the bottles themselves that these drugs would not enhance athletic performance. They had to label that on there, and then they took it off of there. Primobolan, coming from Germany, or Austria, I might say, was probably one of the best things I ever tried, and it was given to me by one of our big bodybuilders at the time, and I had great results with that. I got so huge in 2 weeks, I could hardly fit into my Volkswagen, and I'm not kidding. That's how big I got, just off that and the Dbol. And I never took great amounts. 1 shot a week and 3 Dbol a day, maybe 2 Dbol a day. So when you asked what these guys took and how much did they take, and did they take a lot? No, it wasn't a lot at all. And I always felt that less was more. You didn't need a whole lot to get big. If you took too much, it didn't really work that well. It wasn't any better than taking less. It was available pretty easy. Like I said, it wasn't illegal. Everybody had it, and that's how it was. But most of the results in training came from heavy lifting, old school style, and a lot of protein, and very few carbs. When you're on the juice like that, you don't need a lot of carbs for energy because the juice gives you the energy you need. So we would do the cheese omelets and cottage cheese late at night at the deli, hamburger patty eggs and cottage cheese at lunch, chicken and eggs, and the morning was a beef patty and eggs and oatmeal. I mean, it was basic diet, but the carbs were very, very low throughout the week. And I didn't seem to run, or no one seemed to run out of energy because we didn't really need them. And then Sundays, of course, would be the junk day, and then you'd eat everything, and then Monday you're bloated, and by Tuesday you're back down to normal again. So this is what the drugs were of the 70s, It's no guarded secret that I know of, but no one ever talks about it, so I'm talking about it because I was there at the time and I participated in everything that we all did. And I got great results. I got great results with it. And when I went off, I hardly lost anything. I maybe lost 4 pounds of water every time I go off a cycle. And sometimes we'd cycle for 6 months at a time and maybe take 4 weeks off and then go back on for 6 months or stay on test all year long because we got used to feeling good. So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. I know you're curious. I get a lot of emails. What did Arnold take? What did Franco take? What did this guy take? We basically all took the same thing. There was no guarded secret. And a lot of the stuff that came from Europe, from Germany, that was brought over was a little bit better than the American made. It was a little stronger. However, the American made came from real labs. It came from the real labs, which was Squibb and some of those that were well-known manufacturers in the U.S., and they were FDA approved. So the Dbol and the testosterone and all those came from, they weren't homemade sources, they were the real deal, and they were very, very cheap. Anyway, I wanted to put that out there. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, you can always email me, Ric Drasin, the Gmail. Be sure and look out on IronMag Labs. I'll be on here quite a bit. And if you have any things you want me to discuss, write and tell us, because I will pick any subject that you give me and I'll talk about it, because I've been around there a long time. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for watching Ric's Corner, and we'll see you next time.
It's RicDrasin.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.